ng 2026. You, my love.
Hey everyone! So today we're checking out Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. It's a cool little city up in the boreal forest of northwestern Saskatchewan. So me and my husband, we've been living here for ako 2 years now. My husband, I think, is living for 3 years here now. So first up, Meadow Lake officially became a city back on November 9, 2009. Before that, it was just a village and then a town, growing slowly as more people moved here and also the economy developed. And it's a booming town. The history here goes way back. The area was part of the fur trade route in the late 1700s when explorers like Peter Fiedler came through. Indigenous and Metis communities were also important early residents long before the European settlement. So today, Meadow Lake's population is right around about 5,100 to 5,600 people, and this is a diverse city. It is small but big enough to have its own flavor and community vibe. It's got a mix of indigenous, Metis, and other backgrounds, which you can see in the culture and community events in here. The city sits on the western shore of a lake literally called Meadow Lake. This was named way back when explorers were just mapping the area. It is surrounded by forests and lakes, so you've always got nature within a few minutes of anywhere in town. Economically, Meadow Lake's known for forestry, agriculture, tourism, and some pulp and wood products. It also acts as a regional hub for people from small towns. Communities around here often come to Meadow Lake for shopping and services. So, I can't talk about Meadow Lake without also mentioning the Meadow Lake Provincial Park. It's one of Saskatchewan's largest provincial parks with over 20 beautiful lakes, tons of campsites, hiking trails, and outdoor fun. The park was established in 1959, and it's a major spot for fishing, boating, camping, and even winter trails. Whether it's a summer camping trip or a day without a canoe, the natural beauty is here, and it's a huge part of what makes Meadow Lake special. So, yeah, this is Meadow Lake, a small city with big nature, deep history, and tons of outdoor adventure just outside your doorstep. If you love lakes, forests, and small town vibes with a rugged edge, this place is definitely worth a visit. One thing you notice right away about living in Meadow Lake is how calm everything feels. It's not a big city, so life here moves a bit slower. People actually know their neighbors, and it's the kind of place where you'll see familiar faces at the store. And for families, Meadow Lake is pretty comfortable. There are schools, parks, sports teams, and community events that bring people together. And recently, the arena was built, and it was built by the Co-op Center. A lot of people here work in forestry, healthcare, education, retail, or nearby industries, and many other travels to surrounding communities for work. What's really interesting is how diverse Meadow Lake is for a small city. Along with the indigenous and Metis communities that have deep roots here, there are also growing number of immigrants who now call Meadow Lake home. Many immigrants come here for jobs, especially in healthcare, industry, and local businesses. Over time, they settle down, raise families, and become part of the community. You can see the diversity in the food, the languages you hear, and the cultural events around town. What's cool is that even though Meadow Lake is small, it's actually pretty welcoming. People might be curious at first, but most are friendly and supportive. Immigrants here are often build strong connections through work, schools, and community groups. Living here isn't about fast city life. It's more about stability, community, and being close to nature. You're never far from a lake or the forest, and that's a huge part of everyday life. So, whether you grew up here or moved from another country, Meadow Lake is the kind of place where people slowly build a life, get involved, and really feel part of the community. Alright, so let's talk about the weather here in Meadow Lake. Because up here in northern Saskatchewan, it's definitely not the same as what you'd find down south. So, winters in Meadow Lake are long and really cold. Temperatures can drop below freezing, and it's not unusual for the thermometer to dip close to negative 40 degrees Celsius in the coldest months. So snow sticks around for a long time too, usually from late fall well into early spring. Summers are much shorter but really pleasant. July is the warmest month with average highs around 24 degrees Celsius. So that's warm enough for lakes, camping, and hiking. Spring and fall swing between chilly days and milder temps as the seasons shift. You'll get some rain and wind and also the aurora borealis, and it can change quickly from warm to cold. Most precipitation comes in the summer rainfall, especially in June and July. That's when storms and thunderstorms are most common. Snowfall mostly sticks to late fall through early spring. And because Meadow Lake sits farther north and near a big stretch of boreal forest, it cools off earlier in the year than big cities down south, and humidity and wind can make temperature feels even colder or warmer than they are. So basically, tourists love the warm green summers here, but residents live through some tough winters. So if you're planning to come here in Meadow Lake, pack for all kinds of weather, cool mornings, warm afternoons, and maybe even a surprise snow shower depending on the time of the year. And so, if you're thinking about living and working here in Meadow Lake, one of the first questions is, what kind of jobs are actually here? It's a smaller city, but there are a variety of roles, from service jobs to trades, healthcare, and industrial positions. So a big chunk of jobs here are in sales and service, like retail and restaurants, trades and transport, and government, education, and social services. That means things like cashiers, technicians, drivers, and support roles are fairly common. Healthcare is another major field. You'll find jobs like emergency medical responders, EMTs, continuing care assistants, environmental service workers, and food or maintenance staff at local health facilities. These roles help keep the community running and are often available on a part-time or full-time basis. And because Meadow Lake is in a forested area, forestry and wood product manufacturing, farming are big employers. Companies like Tolko Industries have mills and processing facilities here and hire a range of positions, from production and technical jobs to supervisory and specialist roles. You can even find more specialized positions like process specialist or managerial roles in the forestry sector. Jobs like sales associate, store clerk, parts technician, cashiers, counter sales representatives are listed frequently, especially in local stores, automotive suppliers, and general retail. There are also delivery driver and equipment operator roles if you've got a driver's license and a comfortable operating vehicles. Smaller jobs like assistant cook or food services support show up too. Good options if you're just starting out or want flexible hours. People here are working in a mix of healthcare, service, trades, manufacturing, and community jobs, so there's something for a wide range of skills and education levels. There are also a career and employment services office in town that helps people with job searches, resume writing, and training, which is great if you're new to the area or trying to switch careers. So, basically, Meadow Lake's job scene isn't huge like a big city, but it's diverse enough that you can find work in shops, healthcare, forestry, trades, or community services. Whether you're just starting your career, have some experience, or are looking for something hands on, there are opportunities here, and jobs are posted pretty regularly if you keep an eye out.